Yeah, I would test this, and if you ever wanted to, you can stream on YouTube unlisted, and you could have either a friend of yours want it, or B just anybody, so that way you're not streaming to the public. So you can just test it. I do that quite often, and you can see if it's like stuttery and stuff, and then you could go back and watch it back over and stuff like that.
So I just send you. Are you busy? Oh. You live on
No,
the
it's just I.
East Coast. Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm in northern Georgia. Yeah, I used to live in SoCal, but I moved here 12 years ago.
Damn. Oh, I live like, you know Milestone?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to go there all the time.
Yeah, I live 3.5 miles from there.
Nice. Yeah, I lived 25 minutes from Glen Helen in Redlands.
Oh yeah, that's roughly how much I am. I went to Milestone like every day before arena cross season to train.
Yeah, it's always great. Miss those days. That in Star West, Paris, Elsinore, just
They
all that good
closed
stuff.
Star West again. It's been open like 5 times in the last like
Yeah,
5 years.
yeah. I've heard they've had a lot of issues with their insurance.
Yeah. Okay, I'm loading into battlegrounds and everything seems to be like okay.
Are you streaming or anything? Yeah, just send me a link really quick. I'll take a look, and we could adjust it on the fly and stuff like that too. Oh man, long day. Wish I streamed today. I should have. I've never once streamed on YouTube because I make money on Twitch. Yeah, made about $5 grand in the last 2 years. At the same time, in 3 years on YouTube, I've made $70. Let's put it that way. Like I have like what 500 and something videos on YouTube. You sent me a link to your channel, not to your stream. Yeah, there should be a URL link to your stream if you set it to unlisted. It'll be like right there that you can give to somebody else. No, it took me to your front page. Yeah, I'm looking at your stream or your YouTube profile. It has 3 videos on it. But since it's an unlisted video, I can't watch it unless you send me a direct link to that video right now. You're streaming.
Click on that. I just put it to listed. I only have like 2 people subs, so it shouldn't be that much.
You have 4, man.
Oh, that's 4. Oh, damn.
Rocking those 4 subs.
Dude, that's lit.
Honestly, though, one big thing and one huge tip, I would get rid of streamer in your name. If I were you. And I'm not saying that in a hateful way. It's just when people see it, it's just like, oh, so you have streamer in your name, huh? No, okay. You know what I mean? Like, no offense. Like, anytime I see somebody like in Rocket League I'm playing against with Twitch in their name, I want to beat them even that harder because I hate when people do that. Does it make any sense? Like, it's almost like, look at me, guys, I'm a streamer. Like, you know what I mean? And people want to hate you even more because of that. And I'm only saying just from what I've seen through streaming myself. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, putting Twitch or streamer or stream or live or anything like that in your name is usually a big negative.
How's it running?
It's still not. I don't have a link still. You might be still streaming on list. Oh, wait, nope. There we go. No, I fixed it. Oh, yeah, you're stuttering bad. Okay. Also, your frames is probably part of it, too. You're running at only 40 frames.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're also have your stream up in the background as you're streaming. That's a big no-no, too, because you're trying to encode twice.
Oh, okay.
So try closing any, like...
Alright. I closed that. Alright, I closed that. Still the same.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the only stuff you want to close is if you have any web pages up and stuff like that.
Okay.
But usually use a Discord app if you have it.
I'm gonna download that right now.
Yeah.
Did
I mean, you're still skipping around a bit and stuff like that. I don't know. What is your PC like? What is your CPU and what's your GPU?
my GPU is 680. It's like 680, and then C CPU's what is yours?
Your CPU is like an i3, i5, i7.
I5. I believe 3670, something like that.
But you said you're on a laptop though, because you said there's an M at the end of your 680.
No,
Or you're on a desktop.
desktop.
Okay, I was gonna say because if there's an M after it, that's a laptop graphics card. So it's just via GTX 680 then. But yeah, that's the reason why you're lagging too. Is i5s don't run streams very well because of a game like this is pushing your i5 so hard that it's hard to stream on top of it. That's the reason why I had to upgrade to an i7 to stream. Oh no, not if you get the one that's pertaining to your motherboard. You can get one for probably about $225 now. Yeah, because you have an older motherboard because of your older i5 and your graphics card, so everything is a bit older generation, not new. Like the 32, so you'd be a 3770K, which those are like 225, 200 used. But yeah, the whole problem with streaming and stuff like this is that since you're playing a 4-core game and an i5 has just 4 cores, since it's running each one of those cores at 80%, your OBS is running about roughly 30% on. Oh, and you just got killed. Yeah, there you go. But your OBS is also running a percent on top of the. Also, one way to look at it too is pull up your task manager. Like if you do Control Alt Delete and pull up Task Manager and look at properties, you can see how much things are pushing on it and how much room you have to work with, and it should be pretty close to maxing out right now. I bet.
Is it still kind of jumping around a little bit? Not that much.
I don't know. We'll have to. I've got a lag behind you, so I'll have to wait. Like I've got about probably 45, maybe 30-second delay, from when we're chatting to what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than that on Twitch now. They finally lowered it to like 5 seconds. Let's see, Task Manager. Yeah, you're at 7566. And the interesting thing is you're not clicked on the game and have anything running. So that shows that your memory is. How many gigs of RAM do you have?
8.
That's why. Yeah, you need at least 16 for streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another reason why it's going to be running so high. Also, do you see how your CPU is jumping as high as 60%? And you're not even playing the game technically right now?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is if you can, like, keep that, if you have a second monitor, I would highly recommend putting it on there, and then play the game on your main monitor. And as you're running the game on your main monitor, watch that, or minimize the game a little bit. You know what I mean? Make it smaller and run it side by side. So just things to try. It's the only way. I mean, trust me, I had to do this for months to get everything figured out.
Well,
so.
Like, dude, this game when it first came out, my PC, no can do. Wouldn't even load up. It just crashed. And like they finally.
Well, they finally optimized it.
Yeah, like it's like been a long
But the
time.
game is so hard to run, but trying to stream this is going to be almost impossible with your build right now, unless you either get a higher internet, B, a much higher RAM. I'd probably almost go 32 because with how bottlenecked your system is right now with your lower i5 and your lower graphics card, it's making it harder to run it and stream it at the same time.
Hey, how much do you think is like 32 or 16 gigabyte RAM?
32 nowadays, you can get it for about 140.
I can go like pick one up like next week.
Well, actually, you wouldn't need that much. You'd only need another $80 because you just need 2 more 8s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do it that way instead of the full 32. Yeah. It's like grab another 16. Also depends on how many slots your motherboard has for RAM, though. That's a big thing, too.
Yeah. I gotta ask Tylen about that, or Gabe, one or the other.
Well, I mean, if you just tell me what your motherboard is, I could tell you right now.
I don't know.
What if you know? No, you don't know. Okay.
No.
No.
a Dell motherboard. That's about it. That's all I know.
So that sounds more stock. So probably 2 slots.
Hmm.
So you might be able to. Well, I mean, you could get a 32 going, but you'd have to get 2 16s. You can get 4 8s if that makes any sense. Because like my motherboard has 4 slots for RAM in it, and it's better to put as a even amount across instead of just in 1 slot or 2. You know what I mean? It's easier to have it like all the way across so it kind of works together. If that makes any sense.
I bet right now with those streaming settings, I can probably stream H1 clearly, finally, again.
If you want, try it. See how it looks. I mean, I'm right here not doing anything.
Okay.
Need to go to bed soon, but I gotta be up at 7 in the morning.
Have you seen the new h1z1 skins?
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't played H1 in months. I just haven't really cared.
Oh, I bought 20 crates or something like that. 20, 25. Dude, I just watched someone on YouTube live spend $300 to get a shotgun and a AR skin that was supposed to come in the crates, and it never came.
No, it sucks.
Dude, I would be like, why would you even spend that much?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to get that. I know it's a lag, but that skin right there. You like playing Dark Souls more than anything, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I got kind of lucky on finding Demon Souls when it first came out on PlayStation 3. Like just on a whim, I was at GameStop and I was like, huh, that looks interesting. I never really played anything like it before, and I became so hooked that it just almost no RPG was that good to me for a sword fighting game, and I've just been hooked on them ever since.
Yeah, see, I have no frame drops. Been live. CPU says 10% for OBS.
Well, that's because you're not actually in game right this second. Because when here's the downside about that. Since you're running all this off one monitor, the second you click on one application versus another application, like your game versus stuff like that, you won't be able to tell because it's not actually running it at load. If that makes any
I
sense.
have another monitor. I just got turned on.
Yeah, if I were you, like, here's the way I stream. My left monitor, which is monitor 1, which is my 1440p 144 hertz, I have that with the game on full screen. Then my right monitor, I have my chat, I've got my Steam chat, and then I've got my OBS and all that stuff on the other monitor. So it's just completely just monitoring what I'm doing on the other side. It makes it a lot easier. And also that way you can run the game at full capability because of, it not trying to tie up the same monitor and putting one app over another, if that makes any sense. Also, if you want to run the game even better, if you can, I'd run it full screen instead of windowed if I were you.
No, I was just doing it to do all this stuff right now.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh my god. Dude, this game is like. It's running at.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Also, if you ever want a fast button for full screen to windowed, Alt Enter. If you ever want, like, click on the app and then Alt Enter. A lot of people some do know, a lot don't. That's why I usually say it.
I found out through another streamer. He kept doing it. I'm like, dude, what is that? I'm like, because I played Reflex for like track editing, and you just go back and forth. It's so much faster. And that was like the only game I knew how to do that in. And then I finally figured out how to do it in this. Like that better.
Gotta love that super high frame rate in the lobby.
Oh, dude, I get like 500 sometimes.
Well, streaming, it'll be almost cut in half.
Yeah. I'll show you. I know it's a lag, but I'll show you. That's
Carbon fiber helmet. That thing's ridiculous.
yeah. And then this backpack is what comes with it.
I was wondering what that sound was. My Elgato just turned off. My PC kept making the sound of something USB disconnecting, reconnecting, disconnecting. I look over, my PS4 turned off. It's like, oh, the Elgato turned off. That's why.
Dude, I play PS4 all the time and my account got banned.
Oh, that sucks.
But luckily, I bought
What'd you
everything.
do?
Oh, like my grandma let me use her credit card so I can buy
Mm-hmm.
Plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well then, her credit card, someone got it, like someone like started charging stuff to it, so she got
Ah,
stuff
yeah.
and nothing was hers, and so
Yeah.
it was like, I was like, dude, oh my god, and it was like my
Yeah, I just
Facebook,
reversed all claims. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
and then and it was my Facebook account hooked up to it too. It's like, oh my god, no, why'd you do that? Yeah, my CPU is running like basically playing the game, and it's running at
Yeah, never consider early, especially in the lobby, anything about FPS in this game. This game and Pug, same way. The lobby is just always going to be garbage. Especially right when you first load in. Dude, one of my chats is blowing up. It's really, really stuttery for the time being, but like I said, I'm still a ways behind you, so I'm waiting until I get actually into the game before I see how bad it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, I hate that sometimes where he just doesn't want to jump backwards onto it. Well, it's like I said, with your build right now, just be happy that you can play it right now. Because it's right about recommended settings. Yeah, I'm telling you, joys of i5 and running games that require 4 cores. It sucks. God, this episode was crazy. If I'm watching a show in the background you probably never watched, but Better Call Saul's season ender was tonight. Good ending.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry. I was just doing a couple of things real quick.
I couldn't tell. now, like before, it wouldn't even stay on green.
What wouldn't stay on green?
Like when you know how when you stream to YouTube.
No, yeah, I've literally done it like once 3 years ago. Well, one major reason why is you're trying to stream at 1080, and that's just no. Like, grand, I can't even see the ground on your screen right now. Out of the holy crap.
Yeah, this will happen.
I've just never had to turn it down that low. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I can see. Look, there's a person over there, right there. If I had a gun right now, I'd be killing someone.
This is ridiculous. Like, you're floating in the air for me right now.
Oh, I'm dead. Hey, at least I know where some people are at now.
Oh man, that took forever for it to finally pop in.
Yeah. Sometimes it don't do it.
Yeah, it looks like your stream is running pretty decently. You're gonna have a tiny stutter here or there, but it looks fine. Still running at around 80 frames, which isn't bad at all.
My CPU finally calmed down like to 90, at least not 99.
Yeah.
Still like a lot though. I'm watching it on my phone right now.
What the stream looks like?
Yeah, and it's actually not stuttering that bad.
Yeah, definitely the settings seem to help quite a bit.
Thank you so much. You think there's anything else like I can do to make it better?
It's going to be hard because of your setup. There's only so much you can do. Let me see.
Oh, I've asked like at least over 6 people and looked it up, and they're like, they all like, it's like, oh, I have 300 megs for my internet. I'm like, my setup ain't gonna handle that. It's not gonna handle that.
The only other thing I could think of is, what is your CPU usage preset set at an output?
I don't know. Do you know how to...
Well, I'm in the settings right now. It's where we were earlier. It's right below where we readjusted the output to 720 and changed your bit rate. It's literally in the same spot. It should be like 2 down from where you're 3 down where you put your bit rate in. It says CPU usage preset. Hold on, let's see. Okay, yeah, then you want to have that there. Make sure your profile is on main. Okay. It's another thing.
Should I put it on ultra fast, or?
If you want to try it, it might make it look a little bit worse, but it'll help it run better, that's for sure.
Let's see how it looks.
Did you put your profile on main?
Yeah, it was on main.
Okay. Another thing to do, you can do as well, possibly. Do you have it turned off so you're not recording as you're streaming?
Where do I check that?
It should say right now, as you're streaming on OBS, it'll also say you're recording.
No.
Okay, then yeah, you don't have that set up good. That'll sometimes make it cripple a little bit too. Make sure that on video, not just output, it's also set there for output scaled resolution 1280 by 720, like with stream, but you won't have to push it as hard. But yeah, the only other thing you could do at this point besides those is update your CPU and your GPU
See,
and RAM.
that was, of course, lobby, but like, kind of happy with that. See, you get like a little lag spike. Not that much though.
Like I said though, I wouldn't worry about it in lobby. I would wait for actual gameplay.
Yeah, I was like, when I was waiting for it to like show the ground, it was fine, and then it just did a little lag spike right before I entered that window. Still running 80 frames per second. See, I've never like, not even trying to stream. I've never loaded in under 50 players are loading in. Like I'm loading in at 40 right now, and I'm like, brain is like shocked right now.
Forgot how long it takes to get into a game in this.
I know. Like I loaded in so that's why. Like normally I load in after shut
That's funny. I know you can get on the outside. That's great.
There is a way that it won't reset like this fence, like this floor right here, and you can walk to that airplane. And stop lagging. And you can do a jump thing where you jump like higher than the sky, like you can't see anything. Pretty cool. Oh, yeah, okay, let's see what it's at.
There is a god. Well, as you're going towards the ground, especially when it's first loading in, but, you know, that's just also a normal game. And if it is a bit too glitchy, then turn it from 60 back to 30 and just leave it at that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But it shouldn't affect it too much because you're running over 90 FPS in game. Wow, now 70. I mean, it looks better to me now. Little stutter here or there. Maybe just putting it back on 30 would be good. It's the only other thing I could think of.
Yeah, see, it's not lagging. Should have had my shotgun out there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it back on to 30 just for good measures.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh my god. Is it easier to stream on Twitch?
What is the meaning of easier?
Like it, not it, like, is it, does it,
Like performance-wise, viewer-wise, growth-wise? Like, what are we talking about?
performance-wise?
No, it's this exact same because you're using the same program. Yeah, all you literally have to do is make a Twitch account active on your OBS and stream off that instead of YouTube, and that's the only difference you do.
Yeah.
Like at the very top of my OBS, I have a YouTube, a Twitch, and a Mixer thing ready to go. Oh, and Kellen's stream, in case I need to stream on his channel again.
Yeah. I was kind of happy he took over the stream for Supercross. Like, not, like, because I don't listen to him, but, like, it was good for you.
Yeah, it was nice. Just was a bummer that when motocross came back, he took it back over. But you know, it's his thing to do. So. Because he was moving, he was going through a lot of like he just moved into an apartment and his stuff wasn't exactly set up perfectly for it, and he could almost barely run the races itself to race. You know what I mean? So he just had me take over. Yeah, it started, it was just going to be like 2 events, and then he ended up staying a lot longer than he had planned and just told me just to do the whole thing. But I definitely had more fun doing St. Jude, that's for sure. Yeah, not bad at all. 19,000 plus in the last 3 years that I've raised, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, every dime of all that goes immediately. Like, it's funny the people that think that even touched my pocket, but if you even looked on that site, it goes directly to them. Like, I have no like correspondence to it. What was funny too is since I can't donate to myself on that, anytime somebody did donate to my PayPal and accidentally did it, I donated to a friend of mine that was streaming for St. Jude, just to like put it back in like on theirs. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't ever want that on my conscience that I took charity money. Like, I could never do that. Yeah, even in the lobby right now, it looks fine.
I load in on pub in the last second. Like, it literally, like, sometimes says 5 seconds to go.
Yeah.
So, do they have the new stadium built in Georgia?
As far as I know, yes. As far as I know, Supercross will be there this next year. I'm not sure if that's where Braves is playing at right now because I saw their game today. I'm not sure. this episode of the show was so nuts tonight. Damn you, season finales. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Are you watching this?
Yeah, you're game right now? Yeah. I have this going in the background. I don't know if you ever saw Better Call Saul. It's a continuation of Breaking Bad.
Oh, they made new season. They made new season.
Breaking Bad, it's over.
No.
Oh, Better Call Saul.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
No, it's a show about the lawyer that was in Breaking Bad. Like his story before he met Walt and everything. Just crazy. Like the season finale just happened and this guy just committed suicide by burning his house down with him inside of it. Nope, you just got shot at there for a second. Man, it seemed like it might have just been a backfire because I don't have audio on, because I'll echo if I have it on. But it was also probably a 40-second like delay, you know.
And like one day I spawned right here. I was like, oh, I guess it is.
Yeah.
People, can I have a backpack, please? One of those would be like greatly appreciated. Maybe a helmet.
I'm glad that your stream looks like it's working, man. I hate to bail out of here by being 2:30 in the morning. I think I'm going to take off for the night.
I think that's
Oh, man. Yeah, like I said, I gotta be up at like 7 in the morning. Yeah, no problem. I just, I'm sorry if I ever answer like that and I sound hateful. It's not that at all. It's just more like I was just like, yeah, give me a second. I got, might as well before I go to bed. But all right, man, I will have to hit you up again later.
alright, later, man.
Yeah, man.